Oh, just felt the rear start to rotate a bit there. But that's the point of the video, feeling that the car is going to do something. Welcome everyone to a video today, something a little bit different on the channel. Usually we do lots of live streams, but today I thought I'd go through some of the force feedback settings that I use for the CSL Elite. These settings will apply to both PC and PS5 or console, any console that you're on, Xbox. These are what I used on PS5, it's what I'm using on the PC. The only difference is the actual in-game settings, which you may have to tweak based on how you like it. So we're going to go through things like clipping, caster, we'll go through my wheel settings, the PC in-game settings, the PlayStation 5 in-game settings, and then, yeah, hopefully it will help you. If you want to skip to any part of the video, please do. There will be chapters down below for you to go through. Yeah, let's start. So the importance of correct feedback settings. Obviously for the added immersion, feeling exactly what the car is doing, getting that feedback through your arms, through your hands, being able to react accordingly. That's, first and foremost, that's the most enjoyable part. But then also for the advantage that it gives you in terms of not clipping. So if we go through a rouge here, you see in the bottom right hand corner for a second, for just a split second, my force feedback clipped. And this is fine, as long as it doesn't do it through every bit of heavy steering or big bump. You want to push that boundary. You see in the bottom right hand corner, the grey bar, that's clipping. As long as it's not turning red, you're all good. If it turns red now and then over big bumps or big crashes, you're all good, that's fine. Another important part of having the correct feedback settings, and I think mainly not having them too strong. It's tempting when you get a new wheel such as the CSL Elite or any kind of DD or anything like that. You want to just turn up the settings and just feel everything, break your arms essentially, which is fine, as a bit of fun. But I think for competitive racing or just even having fun really, online, like if you're doing it all the time, you will just get fatigued. They're so high, you will honestly really hurt your arms. Let's skip to the next most important thing, which is caster. So this is the caster here, and as you can see, I've got it set quite low in comparison to what others may have it. Now, what I would recommend is if the car feels light or heavy, I wouldn't adjust the feedback settings. I would just turn the caster down if the car felt heavy. Now turn it up if the car felt light. Give you that if you need that bit more of a heavy wheel, then that will help with that without losing the detail of the force feedback and clipping. They're important. So that's a little tip. So next I'm going to go through my wheel settings. I'm going to put them on screen now. So the first setting is sensitivity. This is the rotation of the wheel. Mine's set to 540. I'll leave a link in the description. You will have to set this on a car by car basis within the wheel settings when you change car in ACC on PC. The next setting is force feedback strength, 100. Drift mode, -4. Force feedback intensity, 60. Force effects, 100. Spring effects, 100. Damper effects, 100. Brake indicator, off. MPS mode, auto. And finally brake force, 60%. So the settings that you will need to change on PlayStation is the sensitivity, set that at 900. You'll also set that as 900 in the game settings also. And the other setting is the MPS function, set that to constant. That will allow you to use your toggle switches if you have a McLaren wheel or any other kind of wheel with toggle switches. Once you've set it on the wheel, don't change anything. Gain, 65%. Minimum force, 0. Damper, 20. Now the damper, you will need to figure this out, I think, on a car by car basis. Basically, if you're going down a fast straight, 150 miles an hour plus, Monza, Spa, down the Camel Straight, you hit the wheel like this, and it starts to oscillate and vibrate around super like crazy, then you need to reduce the damper. I think it's reduce the damper, maybe increase, but yeah, you'll figure that out when you come to it. So I've got mine set at 20. Dynamic damping, just left it at 100. Road effects 5%. You don't want to turn these too high because the force effects intensity within the wheel is essentially what's given that rattle and rumble the road effects just, if you turn up too high, it makes the wheel go crazy over any slight bump. This may suit you, you may enjoy that, but for me, not only does the noise of the wheelbase get on my nerves, but the feedback is just too harsh with road effects too high. So 5% has been the sweet spot on PC for me. And yeah, that's the 4 feedback settings. I'm not going to go into anything to do with brakes or the button maps, because this is all about feedback. And now I shall jump onto my PS5 settings or overlay a picture. So one final tip that I'm going to give you guys, if you are on a CSL Elite or any other Fanatec wheelbase, I would say any wheelbase in general to be fair, if you have a PC, update the firmware. Update that firmware through Fanatec software, Logitech software, Thrustmaster software, whatever software that your wheel has on PC, update the software, or the firmware, sorry, because that will give you the manufacturer's latest improvements on the wheel. So you could have, your wheel could be a little bit old, but you know, like the CSL Elite, for example, I updated the firmware and it just changed the feedback. It just changed. It felt so much better. It felt so much crisp, more crisp. So to summarize, use the wheel settings that are provided. Don't let the wheel clip in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It doesn't matter what wheel you're on. Don't let it clip. Adjust the in-game gain setting to figure that out. You may need to lower it. Be aware of the damper setting if you're on PC for the oscillation in the wheel. There, mine, leave go, stay central. Obviously, I'm not driving too quick, but that's what you want it to happen. If you don't like my settings, nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own personal preference and how they like to feel the car react. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Apologies if I've waffled on too much. Be sure to catch any live streams in the future and look out for more videos coming soon on tips, because when I first started on ACC, I did not know anything and I just had to research a lot. So I'm going to try and condense everything that you might want to fix or tweak about your setup in the future in a video coming up soon. So yes, thanks for watching and hopefully catch you in the next one. P1 in!